Finding out your shadow banned is actually pretty easy. The challenge is figuring out what you should do next now that we know you're shadow banned. Hey, my name is Lloyd and welcome to the Creator Hub for the Culture. Today we're going to be talking about how to figure out if your TikTok is shadow banned and what to do next. So being shadow banned on TikTok just means that TikTok is making the decision to show your content to less people. This may be because you violated community guidelines, or maybe you posted something inappropriate. Whatever it may be, TikTok is making the decision that they're not going to post as much of your content on the For You page, meaning that new people will not get the chance to see your content. Generally speaking, being shadow banned doesn't normally impact the people that already follow you. This may be different if you have a large number of followers, but for most people, if you have, let's say, 300 followers and you become shadow banned, maybe 100 to 200 people are still going to see your content. It's just not going to be exposed to new people at a mass scale. Okay, so first we need to find out if you're shadow banned. You'll want to grab your phone, open up TikTok, and we need to find out if TikTok is showing your content to new people on the For You page. So once you open up your TikTok, you'll want to find a video that you've posted at least 48 hours ago. You'll want to open that video, and at the bottom right, you're going to see 3 dots. You'll want to click those 3 dots and then click Analytics. Once you do that, you'll want to scroll all the way to the bottom under traffic sources, and you're going to see 2 categories. The first is going to be For You, and the second is going to be following. Both of these are the percentage of people that TikTok has shown your content to. So for example, for mine, I know that TikTok has shown this video to 80% of people. 80% of the people that have seen this video are from the For You page. The other 15% are people that just follow me. And so if that For You category is 0 or pretty low, I'd say less than maybe like 20%, then you are probably shadow banned. But if it is pretty high, maybe above 50%, then I would assume that you're not shadow banned. So now that you know whether you are or are not shadow banned, let's talk about what to do next. There's one of 2 things that can happen from this point. If you are not shadow banned, meaning a large percentage of people on the For You page are still seeing your content, you may need to start exploring the reality that you need to do something different with your content. I remember when I thought I was shadow banned and I got advice for a friend, and that advice was, maybe your content just isn't good enough. Maybe you need to do something different. You could maybe try changing your hook. You could maybe try doing shorter form content. There's a number of different things you can do to just re-energize your content, especially if you want people that are seeing it on the For You page to react to it differently. Now, if you are in fact shadow banned, there's not too much you can do anyway, but here are a few things that may help in the meantime. The first is you can go ahead and email TikTok support and ask them if you have any strikes on your account, if you've maybe violated any community guidelines. Hopefully, if you have, they can give you some insight on that, not only so you won't do it again, but in hopes that they can also restore your current account. The second thing you can do is just log out of your account and give that specific account a break. You can also try deleting the app and reinstalling it. And then the third, or rather the fourth thing you can do is start a backup account and start migrating some of your followers over from your current account over to your new account. This will ensure that if the worst comes to the worst and you aren't able to fix that account, you're not starting completely from scratch, which isn't ideal, but it's also not, the worst case scenario. The last thing I will say is I know this sucks. And so my advice to you is just going to be to relax, chill out a bit. I know this isn't a pleasant thing to be going through and it's really frustrating. And these are some of the ups and downs when it comes to creating content that just are not pleasant, that we still have to deal with as creators, especially because these aren't our platforms. We're just renting space on these platforms to grow our audience. And so I know that this sucks. I know it's not the best case scenario, but it's gonna be totally okay. It's gonna work out. And the fact that you're watching this video, I think just highlights that you're making the right steps to try and restore your account. One thing that I do want to say just before we wrap is it's important to diversify your social platforms, whether you're posting on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, whatever it may be. It's important that you have a plan that you plan for the event that platform may disappear. They may shadow ban you, you may lose your account, it may get hacked. There's so many different things that can happen that it's important that we think of our creator accounts as businesses, that we think of ourselves as not just people posting content online, but entrepreneurs, right? And so we need to protect our assets. And one way to do that is to diversify your content to ensure that you're on different platforms, that you're building and owning your own audience, that you have an email list. In the event that something like this happens, you can email your followers and say, hey, my TikTok account is no longer available. I've created a new account. Please follow me here. A lot of creators aren't thinking about their businesses or themselves in that way to even plan for an event like this. And so as you think about what the future looks like, that may be something you want to explore. Just what is the best way for me to, number one, own my audience, and then number two, make sure that I'm diversifying my platform. One of the ways you can do that is if you're doing well on Instagram, you can ask people there to follow you on TikTok and vice versa. But that is something you definitely want to start thinking about now. If you loved this video, I would encourage you to check out my Patreon. You can do so at patreon.com/creatorhub. It'll also be linked below. If you want to grow as a creator and you're at that stage where you want to transition from starter to side hustle or from side hustle to pro, you'll definitely want to check out my newsletter, the Creator Hub newsletter, which will also be linked below. Every single week, we give you the updates on news happening within the creator economy. So if you want to grow as a creator, you definitely want to be in that newsletter. Lastly, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube and share it with someone that you think would love it. I would really, really appreciate it. By the way, if you loved this video, you'll probably love my next video where I talk about why YouTube is demonetizing certain videos. If you want to be a creator, you'll definitely want to watch that video. It's somewhere on the screen right now, but please make sure you check it out, watch it to make sure none of your YouTube videos become demonetized. Peace.